which is already explained to you in the previous lecture. We have included the header files like stdio.h and conio.h. Then we have included clear screen, printf, and getch. So all these functions, all these library functions are already explained to you in the previous lecture. So now what I'll do is I'll just copy this code, right? I'll click on copy and then I'll click on notepad. I'll just type notepad, I'll paste it, right? And then I will save this file. I'll click on save as. I'll click on all files. Remember, you have to click on all files. It is most important step, right? So if it is only the text document, then it will not be converted to .c file. So instead of .txt extension, you have to click on all files, right? And then you have to click on, let's say, first.c, right? And then you will C drive. You will go to Turbo C3. You will go to bin folder, and inside bin folder, you will save your first program, that is first.c, right? I'll save this. So my program name is first.c, and where I saved that file, I saved that file in the bin folder, which was present in Turbo C3 folder, right? So now if I go to this screen Turbo C3, so you can see when I installed Turbo C3, this shortcut was already the shortcut is already present in the desktop. So if I'll click on this and then I have to click on Start Turbo C++, I'll click on that, right? Now this is the screen which is visible, right? Now if I click on file, so now if I want to go to file, what I'll do, I'll press Alter F, which is a shortcut for going to file. Here in Turbo C 3 window, you can see that file is having uh, F as capital, right? Similarly, edit is having E in red and in capital. Similarly, search is having S capital and red. Run is having R capital and red, right? So all these options which are highlighted in red, they marked as a shortcut key. So if I want to go to file, I'll press Alter F. If I'll want to go to edit, I'll press Alter E. If I want to go to search, I'll press Alter S, and so on, right? Similarly, if I want to go to the sub menu, right? This was the main menu: file, edit, search, run, compile, debug, project, option, Windows help. These all are the main menus. Now, if I want to go to sub menu, then what I'll press Alter F for going to the main menu. Then I'll go to Alter F for going to the main menu. Then I will press N, right? For going to the sub menu, I'll press only N, right? For going to the sub menu, I'll press only the letters which are highlighted by that particular color. So if I want to go to O, open, then I will press O. If I want to go to change directory, then I will press C, and so on, right? So if I want to go to sub menu and if I want to click new, I'll only press N and new file will be open. Now here you can see by default any file in this setup will be having the extension .cpp. That means we are going to write this program in C++, but it is not the case. We are going to write the program in .c file, right? So first you have to maximize this, and then you can click on again Alter F, right? Again you have to go to Alter F, right? And you can click on open, and then you can click on first.c. So here you can see first.c is already present because we saved it in the bin folder. Here you can see the path C, Turbo C3, and bin is by default the path. So if you click on first.c and if you open, you can see by default this program is already open, right? So welcome to Charusat University is already present, right? So this is our program. Now this file is getting opened in Turbo C. So this is our first program in C, right? And this program only prints welcome to Charusat University. Now we will see how we can use this program in Turbo C++, right? So this is the program which is already explained to you in the previous lecture. We have included the header files like stdio.h and conio.h. Then we have included clear screen, printf, and ch. So all these functions, all these library functions are already explained to you in the previous lecture. So now what I'll do is I'll just copy this code, right? I'll click on copy and then I'll click on notepad. I'll just type notepad, I'll paste it, right? And then I will save this file. I'll click on save as. I'll click on all files. Remember, you have to click on all files. It is most important step, right? So if it is only the text document, then it will not be converted to .c file. So instead of .txt extension, you have to click on all files, right? And then you have to click on, let's say, first.c, right? And then you will go to C drive. You will go to Turbo C3. You will go to bin folder, and inside bin folder, you will save your first program, that is first.c, right? I'll save this. So my program name is first.c, and where I save that file, I save that file in the bin folder, which was present in Turbo C3 folder, right? So now if I go to this screen Turbo C3, so you can see when I installed Turbo C3, this shortcut was already the shortcut is already present in the desktop. So if I'll click on this and then I have to click on start Turbo C++, I'll click on that, right? Now this is the screen which is visible, right? Now if I click on file, so now if I want to go to file, what I'll do, I'll press Alter F, which is a shortcut for going to file. Here in Turbo C 3 window, you can see that file is having file is having so if I want to go to debug project, I'll go to Alter F for go, and if I want to click file, write the program in, you go C3 and bin is by default. File is getting opened in Turbo, right? So welcome to Charusat University is already present, right? So this is our program. Now this file is getting opened in Turbo C. Now, when you want to run your program in Turbo C, what you have to do first, you have to compile it, right? So in order to compile your program, first you will press Alter F9, right? Either you can press Alter F9 or you can go to compile and then you can just press compile, right? So either you can press Alter F9 or you can press the compile option and then you can click on this option, right? Now, what happens when you click on Alter F9? First.c file will be converted to first.obj file, right? So when you click on Alter F9, first.c file will be converted to first.obj file. And then when you press Control F9, right, in order to run your program, you can either press the run and then you can press the run option, or you can press the Control 9 shortcut key, right? So if you press Control F9, what will happen? First.obj file will be converted to first.exe file, right? So what is the flow of running your C program? First.c file will get converted to first.object file. Now what is an object file? Object file is a file which is an intermediate file, right? and then first dot obj file will be converted to first dot exe file, and your exe file is nothing but your binary file which is easily understandable by your computer. So whenever you are writing any C program, you are writing in a normal English level like language, right? So the computer don't understand what English is, what clear screen is, what gets ch is, what printf is. Computer doesn't understand. So we are writing a code in a higher level language इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंप्यूटर, कंप्यूटर की दृष्टि में वो हायर लेवल लैंग्वेज है बिकॉज उसको ये जो वेलकम चारूसत यूनिवर्सिटी है, व्हाट इज क्लियर स्क्रीन, व्हाट इज प्रिंट एफ, व्हाट इज गेट सी एच, कंप्यूटर को नहीं पता, राइट? सो वी हैव टू कन्वर्ट दिस कोड इनटू सम फॉर्म which is understandable by the computer. We have to convert this code into some form which is understandable by the computer, right? So what you have to do, आपने हाई लेवल में अपना कोड लिखा which is easy for us to understand, but it is very difficult for the computer to understand. So when you press Alter F9, what will happen? That higher level code will get converted to an intermediate code, which is an object code. So first.c file will get converted to first.obj file, and then first.obj file will be converted to first.exe file when you press Ctrl. So exe is nothing but your binary file. So computer understands only in a binary form, that is 0 and 1, right? So that file will be converted to an exe file, and that exe file is, you can use this, you can use that exe file. Now I will show you how to practically compile and run the program, right? So now before that, we will minimize this screen, right? So how we can minimize this screen? We can press Alter Enter. See, Alter Enter, when I press, it maximizes the screen. Again, when I press Alter Enter, we can minimize the screen. Okay. Now we will go to C drive, Windows E. We will go to C drive, we will go to Turbo C3, and here you can see the we have saved our file, which is first.c, right? Similarly, we have first.back file. We have first.back file. First.back file is nothing but your backup file. So two kinds of files are saved in bin folder, first.c and first.back file. Now, if I want object file is being created, then I need to go to the source folder, right? In bin folder, first.c file is saved and first.back file is saved. In source folder, my first.obj file and first.exe file will be created. Now here you can see there are no exe files nor object file of first.exe or first.obj file, right? Why? Because we have not yet compiled or run the program. So now we will first compile the program, right? So again, I'll go to my Turbo C, right? And here you can see there is no first.c file which is being created, right? Now, if I press Alter F9, here you can see now first.object file is created. So when I pressed Alter F9, then the object file got created, which is first.obj file. So here you can see it is 3D object is being shown. So that is the object file which is created. Now here also you can see there are 463 lines compiled. You have written hardly 8 lines of code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have written only 8 lines of code, and still it is showing 463 lines compiled. So why it is happening? Because at the back end, the library files as well as the header files are also getting executed. I'll explain you the difference between header files and library files in a short period of time, right? So here you can see one warning is shown, and there are this many lines of code which are compiled. So first.object file was not present, now it is being created. Now if I press Control F9, right? If I press Control F9, so you can see Welcome to Charusat University is being created, and first dot exe file is getting created. The application file is nothing but the exe file. Here, if you right click and see, so here you can see .exe is the extension. So first.exe file first.exe file was created when you press Control F9. Okay. Now we will see what is the difference between header file and library files, right? So header files have .h extension and library files have .lib extension. Now where to find header files and library files? So here in this folder, in below the bin folder, there is one folder named include, right? So in when you press include folder, in this you can see there are various header files which are available. So now if I want to search for stdio.h, here you can see we have stdio.h header file. Now if I open this with notepad plus plus, then you can see this is a readable file, right? So you can open header files like this, and you can find the header files in include folder. Similarly, you have conio.h file, right? So this also you can open here, right? So these are various header files are included in the include folder, out of which we have used only two header files, which is stdio.h and the conio.h. Similarly, where to find library files? Remember, lib has got .lib extension. So here you can see in the lib folder, here you can see there are various library files which are available in the in Turbo C lib folder. There are various library files which are available, right? So header files are having .h extension and library files are having .lib extension, right? So what header file contain? Header files will only contain the function declaration. It will not contain the logic behind that function. For example, if you are using printf function, then printf function will print the things on the output screen. It will print the screen on the output screen, right? But uh, if you see the header file, like here, if you see the header file, right? Uh, in the Turbo C3 folder, if you see the header file, right, in stdio.h, so printf is defined declared in stdio.h. So if I open this with edit notepad and if I search printf function, here you can see this printf function. So only declaration of that printf function is available in the header file, not its implementation, not its logic, right? So only and only the declaration of that function is present in the header file and not its logic, right? See here, for example, there are two kinds of function. One is the user defined function and another one is the library function. So when you're seeing this program, right? So main is what? Main is what? Main is a user defined function. Why main is a user defined function? Because we are writing logic inside main function depending upon the problem which is given to us. For example, this program is printing welcome to Charusat University. So that is my program definition. In future, if I get the definition that you add two numbers or you subtract two integer numbers, then you will change the logic of main function. So what we are doing, we are writing the logic inside main function by ourselves, depending upon the problem definition which is given to us. So that is a user defined function. Why? Because users are writing the logic, or we as a user are writing the logic. So it is known as a user defined function. Similarly, stdio.h and conio.h, similarly, clear screen, printf, and getch. All these three functions are the library functions. Clear screen, printf, and getch, they all are the library functions, right? So where printf is defined in stdio.h header file. Only the function declaration is written in stdio.h header file, right? And the logic behind printf, के printf को जैसे हम टाइप करते हैं ये प्रोग्राम को रन करते हैं तो वेलकम टू चारूसेट यूनिवर्सिटी कैसे आउटपुट स्क्रीन में दिखाई देता है, हाउ दैट कोड इज गेटिंग generated. And if I press here /n/t, so how it is going to new line, how what is happening behind the scenes. So all the logic behind printf statement, you will find it in the library files, right? You will find it in the library files. So similarly for clear screen and getch, the declaration of both these functions you will find in stdio.h header file, and the implementation of clear screen and getch you will find in library files, right? So this is the difference. Similarly, header files, they contain function declaration, library files, they contain the function implementation. Header files are available in the include subdirectory, I've already shown, and library files are available in the lib directory. Now header files, these files are readable and they are in the form of source code, and these files are not readable and they are in the form of a machine code. So here if I open this lib folder, right, here if I open the files in the lib folder, you will not find it readable, right? See, these files are not readable. Why? Because it is in the form of a machine code. So you will not be able to read those files, but all the implementation logics are written in this file, right? Now header files in our program are included by the command #include, which is internally pre-processed by a preprocessor, and library files in our program are included in the last stage by the linker. So remember that flow, we saw that whenever first.c file is getting converted to first.i file, then a preprocessor is pre-processing all the header files as well as all the symbolic constants which we are using, right? But here in Windows, you will directly, when you compile the code, then first.c file will be directly converted to first.obj file. Intermediate files like first.i file and first.a file will not be created in Windows, but they are it will not be created in Windows, but it will be created in the Linux, right? It will be created in the Linux operating system, right? And when you are when first.c file is getting converted to first.obj file, right? And linker will link the first.obj file to the library files. Linker will do what? Linker will add the library files to the first.obj file, and it will convert that first.obj file into first.exe file. So generally library files are linked to the object file by the linker, and the header files are pre-processed by the preprocessor. So that is a brief revision between what is header file and what is library files. Okay, so I hope first video of how to install the Turbo C, what are library files, what are header files, where those files are saved, where first.c file is saved is clear to you. Thank you for watching this video.
Okay. So as ma'am said, I hope everyone is clear now how to install your Turbo C, even where your programs are stored. Is there any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any doubt? Yes, then.
Yes, ma'am, I have doubt.
Yes,
I
please.
had a doubt between libraries and header files. So header files means libraries are predefined, but header files can be made, like we can make header files.
Header files are already predefined, or you can say a pre-developed file. So the difference between what a library, when to reuse your library files. Like suppose you are using some kind of mathematical program, okay? Like suppose you are using a function of pi. Okay, so at that time you don't know the like what is the meaning of pi as a computer, as a program, as a computer you don't know the idea of pi meaning क्या होता है वो आपको पता नहीं है, ठीक है. सो लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स मतलब वो क्या करता है वो टाइम पे कि लाइब्रेरी के अंदर एक मैथ्स करके हेडर फाइल है, ठीक है. दैट मीन्स वो क्या कर रहा है कि मैथमेटिकली जितनी भी फंक्शंस आपके ऑलरेडी प्री डिफाइंड है, सो फ्रॉम दैट लाइब्रेरी फाइल आई कैन इंक्लूड द हेडर फाइल्स ऑफ मैथ्स डायरेक्टरी. तो मैथ्स के रिगार्डिंग जितने भी मैं फॉर्मूला यूज करूंगा करने वाली हूँ, सो वो क्या करेगा मुझे आगे जाके कुछ ना कुछ रिकॉग्नाइज करवाएगा. सो दैट इज द यूज ऑफ योर हेडर फाइल्स. एंड वो हेडर फाइल्स हमारे कहाँ पे इंक्लूडेड होगी, लाइब्रेरी के लिए. तो लाइब्रेरी में हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि सी की लाइब्रेरी में प्री डिफाइंस जितनी भी हेडर फाइल्स होगी दैट आर ऑलरेडी लिस्टेड, तो वहां से ही हम लोगों को क्या करेगी वो मैथ्स के लिए है, तो वो सारी लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स लाइब्रेरी के अंदर आपकी क्या होगी हेडर फाइल ही होने वाली है, जस्ट मेक श्योर, ठीक है. सो दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन योर हेडर फाइल एंड लाइब्रेरी फाइल. मैथ्स की लाइब्रेरी होती है और वो सब ग्राफिक्स के लिए अलग से आपकी लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स होगी. लाइक लास्ट में आप लोगों का चैप्टर आएगा ग्राफिक्स के लिए अकॉर्डिंग, तो उसके लिए भी क्या होगी आपकी एक सेपरेट लाइब्रेरी फाइल्स वहां पे होगी, ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
एनी अदर डाउट. फिर कल मैंने आप लोगों को टास्क बोला था कि यू नीड टू, मतलब ये जो आज का डिस्कशन था कि हम लोगों ने बेस्ड ऑन दिस डिस्कशन ऑलरेडी हमने कल थोड़ा सा इन शॉर्ट में देखा हुआ है ये वाली चीज. सो कितनों ने इंस्टॉल किया हुआ है अपने अंदर टर्बो सी? ओके, सो मोस्ट वत्सल जैकिल देव साक्षी शैन, ओके, चैनेस जिया, ओके. चलो मतलब हाफ ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स आप लोगों ने ट्राई किया, ओके. सो आप लोगों ने हेलो प्रिंट कर दिया आपका फर्स्ट टास्क.
Yes,
यू कैन
ma'am.
अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ, ओके.
Yes,
सो
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
आप लोगों ने कल देखा, सो आई होप कि सबको बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर तो पता चल गया होगा कि हैज इंक्लूड के बाद मतलब हैज इंक्लूड के बाद स्टेडियो लिखना है, फिर कॉन्यो जाना है, फिर हम लोगों का मीन आने वाला है. क्या होगा गेट नहीं लिख रहे हो तो क्लियर स्क्रीन से क्या होने वाला है. सो एवरीवन इज क्लियर विद द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ योर सी प्रोग्राम, और इज देयर एनी डाउट once you have entered your first C program? So do you have any kind of doubt with your basic structure?
No.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
अभी पता चल गया ना कि आज के लेक्चर के थ्रू आप लोगों को क्लियर क्या हुआ कि वो वाली जो भी प्रोग्राम आप कर रहे हो तो हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं, फाइल में जाके न्यू कर रहे हैं और वहां से ओपन कर रहे हैं. पर बाय डिफॉल्ट वो कौन से फोल्डर में सेव होने वाला है, आपको कहाँ पे जाना है, आपकी लोकल डिस्क सी में जाना है. सी के अंदर जाके आपको क्या करना है, टर्बो C3 सर्च करना है. टर्बो C3 के अंदर आपको क्या जाना है, बिन करके फोल्डर होगा. आपके सारे के सारे प्रोग्राम बाय डिफॉल्ट पाथ क्या है वहां ही है. कोई भी लैंग्वेज में आप कोई भी कंप्यूटर में ऑन करने वाले हो आपका टर्बो सी, तो वो पूरा का पूरा सेव कहाँ पे होता है, अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग, लोकल डिस्क सी में जाना है. सी में जाके टर्बो C3 फोल्डर में जाना है. उसमें जाके BIN करके बिन फोल्डर होगा, वहां पे आपकी सारी की सारी फाइल क्या होगी आपकी स्टोर होगी, ठीक है. यस, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा था गर्ल्स में से?
मैम कॉन्यो और स्टैंडर्ड मतलब वो दोनों साथ में यूज क्यों होता है?
हाँ देखो, स्टैंडर्ड इनपुट आउटपुट है और कॉन्यो जो है वो आपका क्या होता है कंसोल स्क्रीन के लिए. जो हम लोग आउटपुट स्क्रीन रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं ना, जो मैंने नहीं बोला कि गेट कैरेक्टर का हमारा मतलब क्या होता है गेट CH का, सो दैट मीन्स इट इज होल्डिंग योर आउटपुट स्क्रीन जब तक आप कुछ भी कैरेक्टर पास ऑन नहीं कर रहे तब तक. और नॉर्मली आपकी क्या होती है, दो स्टैंडर्ड हेडर फाइल्स होती है. एक तो आपकी स्टैंडर्ड इनपुट आउटपुट डॉट एच के जहाँ से यू कैन गिव सम इनपुट्स, इवन वॉट एवर इनपुट्स यू हैव बी टेकन बाय द यूजर, वो क्या कर रहा है आपको आउटपुट स्क्रीन पे वो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. सो दैट इनपुट एंड आउटपुट दोनों टाइप के फीचर्स आपको सेम टाइम पे मिले. सो दैट्स वाई वी मस्ट हैव टू इंक्लूड अ स्टेडियो डॉट एच इवन कॉन्यो डॉट एच एट द सेम टाइम, ठीक है.
ओके मैम. यस मैम.
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम एनीवन? सो ओके, तो आप लोगों का फर्स्ट टास्क तो क्लियर हो गया. अभी मैंने कल आप लोगों को एक ऑलरेडी वीडियो शेयर कर दिया था लास्ट लेक्चर का, तो उसमें आप लोगों को बेसिक असाइनमेंट दिए थे, ठीक है. देयर आर 4-5 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम योर टास्क कि जहाँ पे आप लोगों को आस्की के कीवर्ड्स और वो सब थे. डोंट वरी, आस्की के लिए हमारा एक और सेशन होने वाला है, तो आप लोग उसके बाद वो असाइनमेंट सॉल्व करोगे, इट विल बी फाइन. बट आप लोगों का आज के लिए क्या टास्क होगा, अगेन जितनों ने नहीं किया हुआ है टर्बो सी इंस्टॉल, तो आप लोगों का क्या होगा, आप लोगों को बेसिक आपका नेम यूज करना है और यू मस्ट हैव टू यूज एनी वन एस्केप कैरेक्टर. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एस्केप कैरेक्टर? आपने कल एस्केप कैरेक्टर देखा था ना? एस्केप कैरेक्टर का मीनिंग क्या होता है? एनीवन?
मैम लाइक /n/t टाइप.
हाँ ओके. तो आप लोगों को क्या करना है, मैं आप लोगों को दो एस्केप कैरेक्टर भी दे रही हूँ. आपको क्या यूज करना है, एक तो टैब यूज करना है आपको, और एक तो क्या यूज करना है, न्यू लाइन यूज करनी है. ठीक है, टैब एंड न्यू लाइन. तो टैब के लिए क्या है, /t है, और न्यू लाइन के लिए क्या है, /n है. अगेन हाँ देव.
नथिंग.
ओके सर, आप लोगों को दो एस्केप कैरेक्टर यूज करना है, /n एंड /t. वो दोनों को यूज करके आपको एक सिंपल अगेन आपका नाम प्रिंट करना है. ठीक है, मतलब आपको दो लाइन में आप लोगों का एक ही प्रिंट एफ स्टेटमेंट होगा, पर वो प्रिंट एफ स्टेटमेंट में मुझे एक लाइन वन में आप लोगों का मतलब पूरा एक नेम, लाइक सपोज मैं आप लोगों को बोल रही हूँ कि जियासा, तो जियासा लाइन वन में आना चाहिए, और नेक्स्ट लाइन में क्या आना चाहिए, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग. ठीक है, कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग. बट बाय यूजिंग ओनली वन प्रिंट एफ स्टेटमेंट यू रिक्वायर टू प्रिंट अ टू डिफरेंट स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है, यहाँ तक क्लियर एवरीवन? मुझे आपका सिंपल नेम, और सेकेंड लाइन में आप लोगों का क्या यूज करना है, आपका कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट. ठीक है, ये दोनों लाइन चाहिए, बट बाय यूजिंग ओनली वन प्रिंट एफ स्टेटमेंट. See, let me clear again. You require to use only one printf statement, और आप लोगों को दो अलग अलग लाइन में यूज करना है. अगेन आई एम गिविंग अ हिंट, यू रिक्वायर टू यूज अ टू डिफरेंट एस्केप कैरेक्टर्स. फर्स्ट वन इज /n इज यूज फॉर योर न्यू लाइन, एंड /t इज यूज फॉर योर टैब. ठीक है, मतलब वहां पे वो क्या कर रहा है, टैब इज इक्वल टू योर थ्री स्पेस, टैब इज इक्वल टू योर नॉर्मल थ्री स्पेस. एवरीवन इज क्लियर विथ योर टास्क, और इज देयर एनी डाउट? ठीक है ना, तो किसी को कुछ डाउट नहीं ना, सिंपल प्रोग्राम है. आप लोगों को मुझे वो करके आप लोगों का सिंपल मुझे चैट में आप लोग आपका स्क्रीनशॉट सिंपल डाल के दे देना. ठीक है, यस यस सेंड.
Ma'am, I had a doubt when we are printing the output using printf, and if we are not using character type, if we are using integer or float type, so we have to define it when we are printing the output.
See, whatever values you are taking or you are giving as a value, like suppose I'm keeping a value a is equal to 10.20, so that is a float type value, so you must have to declare it. Okay, what kind of value you are going to insert on
So
that
I'm not talking about declaration, means
So-
not declaration, but last I think you showed us we have to put something, means two forward slashes and a D or something before writing the output in printf in a code.
in a code, the code was written by me, or you have already seen it some
In the
video lecture.
in the video lecture.
Then that we will discuss. Okay, but right now, do you have any doubt regarding the task which I have given? Because I need to check that what kind of question you are asking. So I will
No one.
that video again. So what was your question? I will let you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have any doubt in your task? Like आप लोगों को क्या करना है? Simple. Again I'm repeating. मुझे use करना है only one single printf function, and I require to print a two different statement in my output screen. ठीक है? See, we will go step by step. आप लोगों को दो ही escape character use करने हैं. You can use tab के लिए /t है, और एक new line के लिए आपको /n use करना है. That's it. ठीक है, सो इतना टास्क आप लोगों का करना है. जितनों ने टर्बो सी इंस्टॉल नहीं किया हुआ है, सो आप लोगों को वो क्या करना है, सबसे पहले तो इंस्टॉल करना है. ठीक है, सो नाउ आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट कि एवरीवन इज क्लियर विद द बेसिक फ्लो एंड बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सी, किस तरीके से आप लोगों को टर्बो सी में वर्क करना है. ठीक है, सो उसके बाद आप लोगों का नॉर्मली क्या था, अभी तक हमने जो भी देखा ना वो विंडोज के प्लेटफॉर्म के ओरिएंटेड देखा. नाउ आपका एक और 5 to 7 मिनट्स का एक वीडियो है दैट इज बेसिकली फॉर यूनिक्स. कि अगर आप कुछ कोई भी बंदा है कि जिसको यूनिक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, तो वहाँ पे आपकी कंपाइलेशन प्रोसेस क्या होगी, सो हम लोग उसके लिए एक शॉर्ट वीडियो देखेंगे. सो उसके बाद आप लोग आपका काम कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं. ठीक है,
Hello everyone. So this video will show you how the backend process for compilation and execution of C program occurs. So you will see in detail how each and every file in different phases look like. Okay, that will be seeing in Linux system. So as let us revise once the flow of the compilation of C program. So first of all, when we create the source code, in that case, we create the files with .c extension. Later on, it is being pre-processed where the extended source code is created with .i extension. In that, the comments within the program are removed. And if we are using any header files, then that header files are replaced with their actual content. Okay. Later on, this code is forwarded to compiler, and compiler will create assembly code for this. Okay, and this assembly code will be stored with .s extension, so it will contain the assembly code within it. Later on, it will be forwarded to assembler. So assembler will create the object code out of it. So object code is basically in the binary form, that is in form of zeros and ones. And then it will be given back to the linker. So linker will link all the object codes of different files. If there are any library files, the executable code of that library file will also get merged inside with this linker. Okay. So linker's job would be to merge the object code of the library file as well as the actual program related to the existing program. Then the object code of that file also will be merged here, and then the executable file will be created which would be executed on the command prompt. Okay, so loader will collect that executable file and load it into the main memory of the system. Then you will be able to see the output on the screen. So let us understand these things in detail. Okay, so this is Oracle VirtualBox, and in this I have already installed Linux machine. Turn it on. In Linux, we will be installing the GCC compiler, and using GCC compiler, we'll be seeing each and everything in step by step. Okay, you will be able to visualize each and every file, how it looks like in different phases. Our Linux screen. Let us open verify if GCC is installed or already GCC is installed in this. If it is not installed, then you can install it using this command sudo apt install essential for the login password. So already it is installed. That is the reason why it is not installing again. Now let us create program file. So in files, this file will be created. So you can see this file. Need to edit it. Studio. I'll save this file. Let us try to run this file. To terminal. So first step was pre-processing. It can be done with this command gcc-e, name of file. Here we have used flag e. The code from void main till the closing braces will remain as it is, and the header file will get replaced with the actual content of the header file. Okay, so this is how your welcome.i file looks. Later on, it will be passed to compiler for converting it into the assembly code. So for it is gcc-s welcome.c. We shall see welcome.s file here. So this is the assembly file. You will be learning about the microprocessor and compiler further. Okay. So in that you will be able to understand the in-depth features of what all the statements define. Okay, so the next step is then to give this file to assembler. So assembler will convert it into the object code gcc welcome.c-o, converting it to the object code. File is created. It creates the entire code into the binary form.
हेलो से एक मैं आप लोगों को ये बाकी का जो लास्ट 1 मिनट ऑलरेडी